The Thomas Wooden Railway Range is one of the most iconic Thomas merchandise lines out there. Ever since its inception in 1992, the Thomas Wooden Railway Range has made countless items over the course of the years. But just like with any toy line, there are bound to be canceled items, and the Thomas Wooden Railway line is no exception. In today's video, we're going to be covering some canceled Thomas Wooden Railway items. The first item on our list are some 60th anniversary items. The first one is the gold colored Edward, in which this item was planned to be released in 2005 for the 60th anniversary to coincide with Calling All Engines. But however, this item sadly was never finalized, nor was released, as this item was unfortunately canceled. But honestly, this would have made a lot of sense to be officially released, because this item was made during the year of the 60th anniversary of the Railway series, and Edward was the very first character introduced within the Railway series, so it would have made perfect sense. To release a special variant of Edward to coincide with the 60th anniversary. Man, we were robbed of this. Another canceled 60th anniversary item is the bronze Toby, in which this item was planned for release for the 60th anniversary in 2005, but was canceled in favor of the bronze Diesel. I really wish this item was released, because I would have loved to have the oldie but a variant of the oldie but goldie in my collection. I really wish this item was released. I especially love how they made his side plates and cow catchers gold bronze. Another canceled item is the bronze Diesel 10, which would have been released in the 60th anniversary as well. Unfortunately, just like the gold Edward and the bronze Toby, this item was ultimately canned. Although it would kind of make sense to release a special variant of Diesel 10 in this year, because Diesel 10 had a pretty big role in the Calling All Engines movie that came out that year. Next items are the Talking Railway Series Duck and the Talking Railway Series Mighty Mac. Both these items were planned to be released in around 2009. But for a quick explanation of the Talking Railway Series line, this was a subline of the Wooden Railway range, which featured the characters but with gold-colored magnets. In which both Duck and Mighty Mac were planned to be released in the Talking Railway Series range, but however, both these items were unfortunately canceled due to the discontinuation of the Talking Railway Series line around 2010 to 2011. What a shame. Next, here are some canceled 2012 items. First is the canceled 2012 Luke. Now, originally, Luke was going to be released in Wooden Railway in 2012 to coincide with Blue Mountain Mystery, but unfortunately, Luke was canceled as around the time, or mainly because at the time Mattel acquired the rights to the Thomas and Friends brand, and when Mattel got the rights to the Thomas brand, they also got the rights to make the big three merchandise lines, these being Wooden Railway, Trackmaster, and Take and Play. And all the Wooden Railway items that were scheduled to be released in around mid to late 2012, such as Luke, were all unfortunately canceled. Next up for canceled 2012 items is the 2012 Merrick, in which originally Merrick was going to be released in 2012 in like a special Blue in like a Blue Mountain Quarry pack, in like a big Blue Mountain Quarry set. But unfortunately, Merrick was canceled. Although just like with Luke, Merrick was eventually finally released. When Mattel got the rights to the Wooden Railway brand, as both Luke and Merrick were released in 2013, whilst Merrick was released in 2014. And honestly, this version of Merrick looks much better than the final version, because he looks more accurate to how Merrick actually looks in the show, and plus he can actually move around rather than being stuck in one position. And I just really love the face on this. Like, Merrick just looks like he's such a mood. I just love it. Even though this is a prototype face, I still love it. Next is the 2012 Winston, which was also going to be released in 2012, but was canceled. And there's not much different from the finalized version of Winston that was released in 2013, aside from the fact that this Winston has more detail. Like, he has silver lining on the wheels, as well as more detail. He has a vent detail right there, as well as a light detail right there. And his windshield piece on his model is a lot more thicker. And for some other canceled 2012 items which are showcased in this video, made by Murphy Productions 828, credit to him by the way. This also shows some more canceled 2012 items, such as the Booming Boulder Mountain, which basically would have been the same as the regular Boulder Mountain, albeit this Boulder Mountain is colored blue to represent the Blue Mountain Quarry, along with the Blue Mountain Quarry version of the Quarry Overpass, which basically would have been a Blue Mountain Quarry Overpass, as well as the Smashing Steam Hammer, which kind of did get finalized in the American the Rock Crusher set in the form of a Rock Crusher, but this item was still canceled anyway. For some other items, we have the 2011 Sodor Mail Coach, which was originally going to be released in 2011 in a multi-pack based off the season 14 episode, Being Percy, but this pack and the Mail Coach were unfortunately canceled. Next is Gordon's Snow Machine, which was probably going to be released sometime around 2005, but this was unfortunately canceled. Here's a very rough looking prototype of it. And finally, the last one on our list is the 2022 Farmer Mccoll's Farm set, in which this set would have included a 2022 Thomas, a freight car, as well as a special upgraded CGI styled version of Terrence the Tractor, as well as a set of Farmer Mccoll's barn, as well as some pieces of track. But unfortunately, this set was canceled, and only rough prototypes exist of this. I really wish this was released. I'm really hoping that Mattel brings back the Wooden Railway range someday. Anyways, these were some canceled Thomas Wooden Railway items, and bye. This is the video, bye.